Okay, introduction to 3D primitive shapes, okay? Sometimes people in the 3D modeling world will just call these primitives, and they are primitive because they're like basic, okay? They're just really basic shapes. You got your cube, you got your cylinder, you got a tube, which is a cylinder with a, with a hole cut out of it, and then you got your sphere, and then over here you got a cone. Those ones you're probably pretty familiar with. This little guy right here, all right, this guy that looks like a donut is called a torus. It's like a mathematical shape that is involved in like higher geometry, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's a donut, okay? And it's actually really handy. What's cool about these curved shapes is when you look at them from far out, they're curved, right? But if you get close in on them, you can see they're made up of a whole bunch of straight sides. And if you put enough straight sides together, it looks like a curve. But anything that's curved in 3D modeling is actually just made up of lots and lots and lots of straight sides. And you can see this on the cone, straight side, straight side, straight side. You can see this on the sphere as well. And on any of these other ones that are looking round, they're straight. Just there's a whole bunch of those sides. Okay, anyway, next step. Look around you for a moment. Look at the chair you are sitting in, the desk you work at, the school you are in, or the vehicle that brought you to school. All of those things started out as designs, and now you are beginning the journey to learn how to design and make things your own, okay? So blah, 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 blah. The action of adding, subtracting, or combining primitive shapes is called a Boolean operation. That is a weird word. Boolean operation. It's an important word to remember because if you're talking to people who do 3D modeling, they will know what you're talking about. Nobody else will know what you're talking about, but people who do 3D modeling will know. And that is the kind of thing where you take this cylinder and cut a piece out with that other cylinder like we did in the tutorials. When you cut that piece out, that is called a Boolean operation. Okay, next. The exciting thing about design, other than making your own ideas real, is that there are many different ways to combine shapes to make more complex things like this chair, which is right here, okay? How many boxes are in this chair? I want you to guess. Look at this. How many boxes are in this chair? So there might be a couple of solutions. Was it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this box is like a big box with a big chunk cut out of it, and you can see they're connected right here. So that works. But also, was it 6? And you separate that one and that one? Like, that's a possibility too. Or was it 240 Minecraft blocks? Like, this is an acceptable way for it to be built as well. 240 cubes. There are lots of different ways to build stuff in 3D, and that's kind of one of the things I want to get across here. There is no right way. There are shorter ways or easier ways, but any way you get it done can be the right way. Don't worry about getting things done the one right way, because there is no such thing. All right, locate the primitive shapes. All right, so take your time, look at this, and think, where are the primitive shapes? You can probably see this dome right here is the top of a sphere. That one's pretty good. Look at this down here. It's round at the bottom and it tapers up. That is a cone inside there. Can you see any other primitive shapes going on here? Okay, let's look at them. Think you found them all? Oops, where is it? Where's the one where it shows the... Okay, here we go. All right, so you look at this right here, you got that sphere, you got that cone right there, but then there's another cylinder in the middle, and then there are all these little spheres on the top and bottom of these things, and then more cones, or sorry, cylinders there and there and there. So you can make that complicated shape by combining very simple shapes, okay? This might actually help you to understand and see it better with it all built out like that. With actually 2 cones on the bottom. I forgot to say that. All right. So next step. Okay, so at this point you may think this is a lot of fun or a lot of hard work or perhaps both, and it can be both, guys. It's a little tricky at first, especially, and it can be a challenge, but you know, you got this. You got this. This is a first step on the road to like building all kinds of crazy stuff. You could be an animation movie director one day with these skills, or you could be a shoe designer or something like that. But guys, this is like learning your ABCs. That's what we're learning right now. We're learning how to add and subtract, and we're learning our ABCs.